Good morning, and we have someone new into the studios of Rugby Broadcasters today. We have Linda Burbidge from Dakota College of Botano to speak with us this morning. Linda, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Dakota College in Botano.
Well, I am brand new with Dakota College this year. Dakota College just recently launched their Agricultural Management and Technology program. So I'm the lead instructor for that program.
And so what qualifications do you bring to the table to be the lead instructor for this program?
Well, I was born and raised on a dairy farm. And when I went to college, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I spent a lot of time switching majors and changing my mind about things. But ultimately, I landed on ag economics as my degree, my choice. And so I really liked learning how things worked and how the economy worked, but I also really liked the ag focus. So my background is in ag economics from NDSU.
And I was going to say NDSU. Okay, good.
Yep. And I went there for my bachelor's and my master's degree. And then I just liked learning so much. I went on and I got my doctorate at Kansas State University.
Manhattan?
Yes, Manhattan, Kansas.
I lived in Kansas for a couple of years myself.
Oh, okay.
When
Great.
I was young. So tell us a little bit more now about your Ag Management and Technology program at Dakota College in Botano.
Well, our program, really the goal is to help students kind of get started on their career path in ag. And so we have 4 different focus areas: agribusiness, crop production, specialty crops, and then also animal science or livestock production. So each of these areas, it's something that students can kind of take and run with if they're interested in one area, or they can kind of combine things and make it a little more flexible. If they're going back to the farm, they can kind of pick and choose what they think they're going to need, get a little bit of the farm business records background, get a little bit of the livestock background if that's kind of their focus. And then our program also, because it's pretty much just me right now instructing, doing a lot of the instructing. Of course, we have our horticulture program there as well. And they have some plant science classes and things like that. But we have a consortium with Williston State College and Lake Region State College. So a lot of our animal science comes from Williston. And so students would take courses then through Ivan, for example. Their instructors in Williston will receive the video feed of lecture, and they'll work on class assignments together. We'll do labs on campus mostly.
Just real quickly, for those that might not know what Ivan is.
Oh, yeah, Ivan. Ivan's our interactive video network. So what happens is during the normal class time, students will show up in class and they'll receive video feed from another campus. So they'll get the expert in that area talking to them live every time they meet. And so a lot of my courses then are Ivan as well. So I'll be in Botano giving lecture, but students in Williston or Lake Region will be able to see me and hear me, and we can discuss together in real time, even though we're at 3 separate campuses. It works out really well.
And the degrees that they would attain?
Yeah. So the degree is called Ag Management and Technology. And we have basically 3 kind of routes you can go. You can get a certificate. So if you're just interested in picking up a few things here or there, that's a 24 credit. It'll take students about a year to finish typically. We have an AAS, which just means it's an Associate of Applied Science. And that's a 2-year degree typically. So students will take some gen eds, they'll get some background in things like communications and writing and other things they might be interested in, computers. And then they'll get the ag focus that they want. And our third option then is the Associate of Science, that's geared more towards getting students into a 4-year program. So because all of the ag classes in the state, we follow common course numbering. So if you take a class at Bismarck State in one of our ag areas, it's going to have the same basic requirements. We're going to cover the same topics, and it will transfer to NDSU. So if you take it in Botano, you take it in Bismarck, you take it in Dickinson, they would all transfer to a 4-year within the state.
And you have recruitment. You're actively recruiting, and tell me how you go about that.
Yeah, we are. So a lot of work this spring has gone towards recruitment, and I've been going out to different high schools and meeting with students, meeting with counselors and teachers. This week I've been in rugby. So I met with their ag class. I gave a little presentation on some research work we did with plant-based proteins just this fall through one of our plant science classes. And so, it's great to get out and talk to students and let them know about our program. But then also we do something fun hands-on when we go, usually. So if any high school teachers are out there listening, we'd love to come talk to your class.
So, and I want to jump a little bit here too around on this. I know if someone is interested, there are scholarships available.
Yes, there are. We actually have a really great scholarship this year. It's the Hometown Careers Scholarship. And to qualify for that scholarship, you need to be enrolled in a career and tech ed program. So any of our two-year programs. And then also you need to be a resident of Bottineau, McHenry, Pierce, Renville, or Rolette counties. You can qualify for this scholarship, and it's $2,500 for the year. So they split it up. You'll get half of it the first semester, half of it the second. But that's $2,500 towards your education, which is great. And to get first preference, we're really recommending that people apply by March 15th. That's our deadline. That's the date to remember.
And with the cost of education these days,
yes,
any amount is going to help.
Absolutely.
So this is considered career and technical education training.
Yes.
What are the advantages
Yes.
of that?
The advantages really, you get your degree in 2 years or less. So you just mentioned how college is expensive, right? Now more so than ever, the prices have just been skyrocketing. And so when you get your degree in 2 years or less, obviously that saves you a little bit of money. And so that's a big advantage. But the other nice thing is that you spend more time focusing in on the skills you really are going to need for your career. So, we talk about the cost. That's important. I was looking through some information, some recent research that had been done. Did you know 70% of students, college students, leave college with debt? 70%. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
I don't know how the other 30 get away without debt, but, grants, scholarships, things like that. And so, tying that into our scholarship, here's an opportunity for you to save time and save money. And I think that's a really important goal of career in tech ed.
And you say in two years or less, then you get out and you get into the workforce right away and start earning money.
Yes. And not only that, but career and tech ed programs, they're really geared now at filling the skills gap within our country. So I also, since I have a background in econ, I also teach some of our econ courses at Bottineau. And one thing we've been talking about is something called underemployment, which just basically means, you're employed and we wouldn't consider you unemployed, but maybe you're not working in the career field you want to be. And so when we talk about 4-year degrees, and I'm not trying to knock on 4-year degrees, I mean, they're definitely valuable and serve their purpose. But lately what we've been seeing is the types of jobs that are out there require different skills than a 4-year degree. So these students, they're coming out, 70% of them are coming out with debt. But 40% of them are taking a job that's not even in their degree field. So they went to school for 4 years for something, and now we're seeing them, get into a field they really didn't need a degree for.
Yeah.
And it can be persistent. Like we're seeing lately this pattern in the last, 10 or 15 years that even after 10 years out of school, they're still not in their field. But with career and tech ed, we gear you for that training. And we do that in a few specific ways. And one way is through internships. We offer internships. We encourage all our students to have internships. It's a requirement. There's a few times we can waive that requirement. But for the most part, a lot of our students get internships for the summer. And really, those goals are threefold. You can apply your learning that you're learning in your courses. you can get work experience. I think that's the obvious one. But you also get contacts in the industry, and that really helps build your network for future employment as well.
Thank you very much, Linda, for being with us today. We're speaking with Dr. Linda Burbidge of Dakota College of Botano and the Ag Management and Technology program at Dakota College. Check it out, and how would they make contact?
They can certainly check out our website. If you go to the Dakota College's website, you can check out under academics, there's programs. And because we're alphabetically first, agriculture is right at the top. So you can click on that link. You'll see my information there. And my phone number is 701-228-5442.
Thank you. Dr. Linda Burbidge from Dakota College at Botano. For Rugby Broadcasters, I'm Dave Trottier.